To black Americans, and Tavis Smiley, this was the scene at Howard University on Thursday night when you hosted your debate with the Democratic candidates. Senator Barack Obama was there, as well as other Democrats, and I want to show what he said and come back and talk about it. Here's Barack Obama.
The problems of poverty, lack of health care, these are lack of educational opportunity, are all interconnected. And to some degree, the African-American community is weakened. It has a disease to its immune system. When we are impoverished, when people don't have jobs, they are more likely to be afflicted not just with AIDS, but with substance abuse problems, with guns in the streets. And so it is important for us to look at the whole body here and make absolutely certain that we are providing the kinds of economic development opportunities and jobs that will create healthy communities.
Now, I want to contrast that style to Senator Hillary Clinton, who was also part of the debate. Here's Senator Clinton.
Let me just put this in perspective. If HIV/AIDS were the leading cause of death of white women between the ages of 25 and 34, there would be an outraged outcry in this country.
Now, after the debate, Tavis Smiley, you gathered some viewers and voters together in a so-called focus group. There you are with Frank Luntz, asking them questions about what they observed, what they saw, what they felt. You then reported the results Friday night in your program. What did you find?
Essentially, this multiracial group that you saw, about 30 people who were assembled, came in overwhelmingly prepared to support Barack Obama. They left feeling that Hillary Clinton, as evidenced by the line you just saw her deliver so well, they left feeling that she had hands down won the debate. That's the bad news for Senator Obama. The good news for Senator Obama is that most of those persons had not yet decided, based upon her winning that one critical debate in their minds, that they were prepared to vote for her as yet. What that raises, though, is this question, though, Tim, as to why Senator Obama is polling even as high as he is. Most polls indicate that Hillary Clinton is out front 47, 42, 45, 42 inside the black community. Marginally, though, she is leading him inside of the black community. The question, though, is how does he move beyond that, and can he win the nomination without his base African-American voters? And the problem is that he's holding on, how might I put this, he's holding on to the margin of hope in black America. People, out of a hope for what he represents, recognizing the symbolism of this, but they're longing for some substance, and they apparently got that from Mrs. Clinton the other night and did not get it from him, so he's still got some work to do to pick up in the African-American community.
Well, speaking about substance, I mean, she's very concise and to the point, and she has some policy initiatives that she's already gone forward with in Congress, and so, in essence, she has a record to run on a little bit, not to mention you have the former President of the United States, the first so-called black president as well, in her corner, and you put those two together, and you have a pretty strong making there for Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton, there's no doubt about it, is not making mistakes. I mean, she has this campaign, when it comes to the process of the campaign, relating to voters, these debates, she's got it down. But when you look at how she's doing, and this is what her campaign continues to be concerned about, among moderate Republicans and among independents, and by the way, there was a really good piece this morning in the Washington Post breaking out independents. Tim, she still has work to do there. Somebody said to me yesterday, it's almost as if she has a ceiling. She can get to the high 40s, mid 40s, high 40s, but there are still people who have questions about her.
What makes this, I'm sorry, Tim, what makes this conversation the other night, though, so critical is because I believe, and I think most persons that is, who are watching this agree, that the black vote this time around is going to be the most sought after and the most fought over Democratic demographic in the 2008 election. And so as goes the African-American vote on the Democratic side, certainly may go the nomination. And I must say, honestly, having nothing to do with it being in the media, just as an African-American voter, it does feel good for a change to be fought over, to know that there are two people who are really going after your vote. But that's going to be a critical fight between
particularly in South Carolina, one of the early primaries. Chuck Todd, if Hillary Clinton is doing well in the numbers and in the polls and in the debates, and yet, when it comes to money, the mother's milk of politics, right, what can you tell us about Barack Obama's ability to raise money?
Well, according to some sources talked to last night, he's going to report later today that he has got over he's going to have raised over $30 million in primary money. What's interesting in this quarter alone,
Hillary Clinton,
they're saying 27 million. That's total. And, you know, we're going to get through this primary general, all this stuff. Maybe it's only 22 million in primary money. it's possible he might outraise her somewhere $10 million in primary money. What's fascinating is in this first half of the year, clearly, you talk to the Clinton folks, you talk to sort of unbiased observers, they will say, Mrs. Clinton had won the first half politically of this election season. But financially, Obama's won it. He has caught up to her. He has made up the $10 million transfer that she had from her Senate account. It is stunning.
And 250,000 donors.
250,000 donors, which means that he can continue to sort of apparently be a little lackluster. I mean, I'm always struck at these debates how cautious he is. He's afraid to go for a knockout. He's afraid. He's trying not to lose. He's not trying to win yet.
It may not be. I don't want to cut you. It may not be his format. As we all know, every one of us has strengths and weaknesses, abilities and limitations, and it may very well be, in fairness to him, that this is not his format. He does better, I think, long form than he does short form, but as we all know in the media, you got to get better at the short form.
But the money alone will keep him viable through those early races. We have a real race.
Absolutely. I mean, the fall is a, and I think that the Obama folks they have their own pace. Clinton folks are going 70 miles an hour. The Obama folks seem to be going about 50.
David, let me pick up on a point that Judy raised. And here's the latest poll with the two frontrunners, Clinton versus Giuliani. The Kirk report has it 42-42. Our Newsweek has it 51-44. But Mason Dixon did this in a question. Assuming Hillary Clinton is the Democratic presidential nominee, would you consider voting for her? 48%. Would not vote for her under any circumstances? 52%. She's the only candidate of any party who has a majority of people who say now they would not vote for her under any circumstances. And that's 60% of independents say that, 88% of Republicans. How big of an obstacle is that for Hillary Clinton in a general election?
Well, it's an obstacle, but if you look at her website and if you start to track her campaign daily, which is what I'm paid to do, they are really putting her in a different light. I mean, look at her website and look at some of the commercials that she's putting out, these ad commercials, her laughing, her smiling, this idea that she's pretty much trying to go outside of what her normal stereotype is. They are making a concerted effort to do that, and it seems to be helping her, at least early on.
Softening her with the Sopranos takeoff and some of those things.
No doubt about it. This whole idea of picking the song for her campaign, I mean, if you actually go in and look into the deep files of the website of where she's at, I mean, they're putting these major commercials on where she's just laughing, rolling her eyes, being goofy. Hillary Clinton goofy?